and there's some pretty radical people on both sides. You know what I mean? I'm pretty staunch Republican, very conservative, mostly fiscal. I've always said, I'm way more liberal and in personal things. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you want to dress up like a fucking woman. Shit. I'll draw hard lines like, no, motherfucker, you shouldn't be in the fucking bathroom, you biological male. And women's bathrooms are playing in sports. Like, by the way, what the fuck is Planet Fitness thinking? Did you see that shit? Oh my gosh.
What is it?
If I have the story right, it just happened. It was just ended last week, and I think they lost $1 billion in market share already, and it's only going to get worse this week. So there was a biological male in the women's locker room. I guess there was a little girl in there, and a lady took a picture of that biological male who's trans, shaving, posted it. Planet Fitness kicked her out for taking the picture. And then somebody at the company, I was a COO or somebody, put out a statement like about, we want to create an inclusive environment at Planet Fitness. Is like, Planet Fitness, try fitting his dick in your mouth. Like, you motherfuckers are done right there.
Yeah, guys, this is the original photo. What the fuck, bro? It's not even trying. You look like a man, a whole man.
Good morning at 8 degrees below zero in Fairbanks, Alaska. Day 2 of Planet Fitness saga. I came in Monday. There's a man in the women's locker room shaving. A little girl sitting in the corner. She could have been 12 years old. I don't know how old she was. In a towel. Kind of freaked out that there's a man shaving in her locker room. Well, I was offended. I took a picture of him and I asked him, why are you there? You're a man with a penis. Why are you in the women's locker room? And he justified by saying, I'm queer LGB. And I said, you shouldn't be in the women's locker room. Well, I left. And as I said this morning, I got canceled. Planet Fitness is defending the man in the women's locker room, the man with the penis, rather than the child sitting in the corner with a towel wrapped around her. So people, I just want you to know, this is weird. It's not good. It's rather disturbing. So I would like for you women to stand up and have a voice and stop the shenanigans. You have authority. Use your authority. I took that picture because I felt like I was in an unsafe space. And so I'm probably going to go report this to the police today, but I just want to tell Samantha and Joe that work there and own it, thank you so much for canceling my membership. You saved me the trip. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's crazy. Normal people get consequences, but mentally ill people are just treated as normal. And here's the thing, promoting their mental illness instead of treating it is not helping them. They're just hurting them. Nothing is going to change. They're not going to change. They're not going to know the truth. So either way, you're hurting people.
A young woman was removed from a Planet Fitness location after reporting what she described as inappropriate behavior inside the women's restroom. According to the woman, she is a paying member who entered the restroom and noticed unusual shadows and movements coming from inside a closed stall. She believed the person inside was engaging in inappropriate behavior and felt uncomfortable. To protect herself, she recorded a short video as evidence and immediately notified gym staff. When staff arrived, the individual exited the stall and appeared to be a biological male. The person stated they were transgender and accused the woman of being disrespectful toward their gender identity. The woman says she expected staff to focus on the behavior she reported, but instead, employees accepted the individual's explanation.
Crazy.
Rather than conducting a further review, staff asked the young woman to leave the gym. She says she was shocked that she was removed, despite being the one who reported the situation. The individual she reported was allowed to remain on the premises. The woman is now considering legal action against the gym, saying her safety concerns were dismissed, many people saying they may cancel their memberships if similar situations continue to be handled this way. If you were in her position, what would you do?
That's insane, bro. They're punishing reality. They're literally punishing reality.
7 News was the first to report that sex offender Richard Cox visited 3 Fairfax County rec centers, where he allegedly exposed himself to women and girls. Cox told county park staff he was transgender, and per Fairfax County's policy, the county allowed Cox to use female locker rooms. Last year, Cox visited Oakmont Rec Center, Audrey Moore Rec Center, and Franconia Rec Center.
This isn't an isolated incident.
Dude, even his name is Cox. What do you think?
Supervisor Pat Hardy introduced a motion Tuesday to discuss changing the policy that allows people to use the locker room of their choice. Hardy's motion failed because no other supervisor seconded the motion.
I just can't believe we can't discuss a topic as important as protecting our women and children in locker rooms.
When the meeting ended for lunch, I attempted to get answers.
Supervisor James Walkinshaw and Rodney Lusk, do you believe biological men should be able to use female locker rooms at county rec centers? Mr. McKay, what do you think? Supervisor Palchak, are you aware a sex offender used this policy to gain access to female locker rooms? Supervisor Stork, do you have any opinion? No opinion. Supervisor Alcorn, do you have an opinion?
Supervisor Walter Alcorn says the Park Authority changed their locker room policy in December.
Authority so I don't know if anybody shared that with you, but here it is.
What's the update?
The update is these procedures, locker room use and bathroom use procedures. So you've ignored this in your reporting, and I'm not sure why.
Could I take a copy of that?
Yeah, please.
Also, so does this mean men are not allowed to be in female spaces in county rec centers?
Read the policy. It actually deals specifically with locker room use and bathroom use procedures, and then I'd be happy to ask you any
So
other
if a
questions.
male identifies as a woman, are they then allowed to use a female locker room at a county rec center today?
Read the policy.
The county's policy still allows biological men to use female locker rooms if they identify as transgender. But going forward, according to a county spokesperson, if someone makes any complaint against a guest who is using a locker room at a county rec center, even if the complaint is against a transgender or non-binary person, that person will be directed to use the family changing room.
Yeah, let's defend demons instead of girls.
Julia never went through female puberty. At the age of 12, she was given drugs to block it. And now takes the hormone testosterone, which has put her body through the puberty of a boy.
Testosterone, I started, I think I was 14.
Did it take a while to get used to shaving?
I have to do it at least once every week, otherwise it's like... I think the best part is just, I kind of like my little hairs. You know, I got my little chesty hairs and my little belly hairs. I mean, I got these little hairs and everything, so it's all good now. I can't even imagine a girl standing right there in the mirror like that, because I just can't. Because, you know, this is who I am. It's who I'm supposed to be. So I can't imagine anything else.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, God bless her. I don't even think at this point is reversible. But, you know, God can do anything, so let's hope so. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. If you agree or disagree, leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Christ is King, and God bless.